mid-31. So I don't know if I would be interested to get your opinion on. Oh, got one sliding.
55 goes around. Problem's going to bring out the first caution of the day. Brandon Hightower.
If you flat spotted, don't come to pit road.
Well, I see that right rear is real
spots.
Definitely.
Hightower a lap down in 37th when it got away from him over in turn 4.
Charge to the front, and Kyle's already started to run away here with the lead, so clean air is pretty important.
And in the second half of this race, Hemrick's been one of the best cars, so he's going to use those tires and make a run at Kyle Busch. Fastest car on the track last time around.
Spin turn 2. That's the 9 of Tyler Reddick.
Oh, he got it pretty good this time.
Looked like a tire blew out there too as he was sliding.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope on being that loose.
So is this good or bad for those drivers that got the tires?
Fortune green. That's just sideways like we've seen so often during the course of this race for many drivers. Maybe the most dramatic has been Reddick. First two are going to be a handful.
There goes the 18.
Whoa,
He's in the grass.
whoa,
He's sideways. And there goes Busch. Contact with a 98 of Chase Briscoe. And the caution is out once again. That is not what he wanted.
No, that was interesting for sure.
Be a lot more damage for Kyle than Chase here.
And you know, I've seen Kyle make that move 100 times, and it just didn't happen to work out this time. When I've looked at it as when you're going to make aggressive moves, sometimes they're not going to play out.
Well, I would say this too. You mentioned Dylan Lupton. There were a lot of drivers up in front of Kyle that are not accustomed to being in that position at this.
Are we going to say 4 wide?
I think it was 4 wide. Ryan Truex down on the bottom. Hemrick making it work up top, and there's contact. That's the 28 of Dylan Lupton.
Okay.
Oh, and he's going to turn
Ty
Majeski.
We're in the wall. Ease it around.
There's the caution.
Hit this time.
Here's the 4 wide you talked about, Michael.
Yes, and you can see Lupton maybe trying to get up in line and just turned hard into the outside while that was Austin Cindric. Cindric had the spot, and Lupton tried to take it.
Yeah, and that's at that point of the race where you can't let a guy have something like that. You know, 33 laps to go. It's time to make your way to the front, and there's going to be a lot more take than there is give at this point.
For sure.
There's a caution, and 2 of the players at the front, Allgaier, McMurray, both were inside the top 10.
You're right, man. Simple, I'm good.
You know,
hey, hooked you right rear.
You're going to have that coming off of a rain delay. These guys are excited to get back going. They're worried about the rain coming possibly again, and they just want to do everything they can to get up front and make as many passes as they can and causes trouble.
Hooked. Oh. That's just hard racing inside of 20 to go, wouldn't you say, Eric?
It is. I'd have to say the 7 probably came up a little bit on the 21, but it's tight in there. 3 wide through the dog leg here it's really narrow.
You and I said it a couple of times. 3 wide, it's hard to make that work. Everyone had been able to get through the first couple of times. This time, not so fortunate. Time in 2018 here at Charlotte.
It was a great race. It was exciting. A lot of fun.
Got one sitting low, still on the track on the backstretch. He's moving. Should be all gone when you get there. Yep, 22 to victory lane. Good job, man.
Custer was making up some ground.
Way to go. Congrats, everyone. Thank you very much.
It picked up the white flag, so we knew the next flag was going to end the race. And here's what happened coming off of turn 2 that final time around.
Looks like a replay from earlier where the 9 car just gets loose, and then you can see Ty Majeski that car was already damaged, I'm sure a handful, and he had to try to change directions, and around it went.